Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Khumalo, yesterday you remember that I had referred you to the statement of Kaya Sterling Ngashe when we ended.
Uzokhumbula ke izolo ukuthi ngiye ngakhomba ke kwi statement sakhe uKhaya Sterling Ngashe.
Ngiyakhumbula.
I remember.
And we had gone into the paragraph wherein it says, I quote, we have read it yesterday, I'm just reading it so that we can be able to take over from there. The line which I read yesterday, it was, as I peeped through the bedroom window, I saw the person whose back was against the kitchen window of Khumalo's residence. The person was wearing the white t-shirt, but I could not see who the person was.
Ngifundele ngiyayiphinda nje kodwa bengifundile izolo ukuthi la uKhaya asho khona ke ukuthi wabona ke umuntu eze ngomhlane wakhe kwifastera la kwa Khumalo ekitchen. Loyo muntu loyo wayegqoke iskipa esimhlophe kodwa ke akambonanga ukuthi kwakuubani.
My Lord, can I further read down paragraph 7 and 8 of the same statement of Kaya Sterling Ngashe, my Lord? Paragraph 7, do you have a statement there?
No.
It's 810.
It's not amongst these.
The one we used yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Baloi.
7 and 8.
7 and 8, yes. Paragraph 7, I read, open quote, while listening to the shoving and pushing, I heard the hand closing of the door kitchen of Khumalo resident. Immediately after the hand closing of the door, I heard a loud sound like the breaking of the plate on the ceramic floor. I then went out of my bedroom and met my father at the passage from the lounge. Both of us wanted to check what was happening at the Khumalo residence. Then I was at the front holding an iron rod. My father was following me. Paragraph 8, as we were about to come out of the house while standing by the kitchen door, that was opened, I heard a gunshot. Immediately after that gunshot, I saw a male person jumping from Khumalo residence into my yard. The same person, paragraph 9, I'm sorry. The same male person told me that they have been attacked and that he was not a thug. The guy further told me that Senzo has been shot. Let me end them.
Ifundeka ngalendlela ke le passage ngathi ngisalaleleke lokuphushana lokho ngezwa kuvalwa ke isivalo ngesandla ekitchen kwaKhumalo noma kwamaKhumalo. Emuva kwalokho ke nokuvalwa ke kwesivalo ngase ngizwa ke isound yento iphukayo kwakungathi ke kuwa iplate kuwona uthayela noma weceramic. Ngase ke ngiphuma ekamereni lami ngahlangana nobaba epassagini ebuya elounge. Sobabili ke sasifuna ukuyobheka ukuthi kwenzekani kwaKhumalo. Ngathi ngisengaphambili ke ngibambe ngangiphethe insimbi ubaba engilandela ngasemuva. Sathi nje uma sizophuma ke endlini sisame khona ke eminyango wasekitchen owawuvuliwe ngokungaphelele ngase ngizwa ukuqhuma kwesibhamu. Emuva nje kwalokho ukuqhuma kwesibhamu kwase umuntu wesilisa ose ejompa esuka kwaKhumalo engena egcekeni lasekhaya. Okay, kulowo muntu lowo ke wesilisa wasitshela ke ukuthi bahlaselwe nokuthi futhi ke yena ke asona isigebengu wasitshela ke nokuthi uSenzo udutshuliwe.
The reference I have read into the record, Ms. Khumalo, was made by this witness, Mr. Khaya Sterling Ngashe, regarding the time of the shooting incident. And he says, according to this, the person who was seen against the window at the kitchen was wearing a white t-shirt. Do you understand that?
Now, engikushoyo ke noma engikhulumayo ke iloku ekushiwa uyena ke lo fakazi lona uKhaya Sterling Ngashe ukuthi ke umuntu ke lona ke wadutshula noma lo muntu lona owayemi eze ngomhlane wakhe efastileni laKhumalo wayegqoke iskipa esimhlophe.
Ngiyakuzwa.
I hear you.
And your version is different to that, correct?
Wena ke okushoyo kuhlukile kuloko angithi.
Kunjani?
That's correct.
Now, let's go to the postmortem, findings of the postmortem. Although I did not go into details, but through the diagram only, I will take you through these 3 points that were found by the doctor. I'm not saying you must comment because you are a doctor. You are not, but if you can be able to comment or respond, you can respond from what the doctor found.
Angithi uyena udokotela kodwa uma kuukuthi unabo ke khona ofisa ukusho ungasho ke kodwa nje ngizokhoma ama points la awutshela ashiwo uyena noma okwatholakala udokotela.
Okay.
With the greatest of respect, the state objects to this line of cross-examination by counsel. As counsel pointed out, the witness, my lord, it's not skilled in matters of ballistics and medicine. The doctor will come and testify as well as the ballistic expert, and those questions can then be put to the witness. We submit, my lord, that expert knowledge is required regarding those issues, and the witness does not possess that knowledge.
Yes, what's the response, Ms. Msholo?
My lord, I disagree with the objection, my lord. The witness firstly was present when this portion of evidence that we are dealing with, which is a shooting incident, my lord.
Yeah.
And she has testified, my lord, about the position of the people, especially the position of the deceased and the so-called intruders, my lord. Now that version, whilst it's still there, I'm referring the witness to the other version, which was Mr. Ngashe's version, and then also is the findings of the doctor for the witness to comment, my lord. If she has no comment, let the witness say so, to say, no, I have no comment to that. Yes, I understand the doctor is coming, my lord, but this is very crucial for this witness to respond if she has. She should not be denied that opportunity, my lord.
Well, my lord, furthermore, these are matters that can be reserved for argument, and a witness cannot be confronted with what is issues that require expert knowledge and be expected to comment. As I mentioned, those witnesses will come and testify, firstly, and secondly, those matters can be reserved for argument.
No, let her comment. It's okay, because there's a judgment by Lex Mpati concerning knowledge and expertise, that it doesn't follow that if you're not an expert or trained in a particular discipline, you're not able to comment. You may be a person who sees, let's say a person who works at the mortuary, he sees bodies el gadach, and he acquires some knowledge to make him or her comment. Like she says, if she's not able to, yes, it doesn't take the matter any further, because she's not testifying per se as an expert witness. Okay.
As a purposes.
Thanks.
Inkantolo uma
Thank you, my
kuwukuthi ke khona ongakusho uzosho, uma kuwukuthi ke uthi cha akukho nje ongakusho ukwenaka kuzophuma kuwena.
Asiqale la ku statement sika Khaya. UKhaya ubone akubonile and u right ukuthi asho lokho akubonile naye, of which that is exactly what we expect from him.
Let's start with the Kaya's statement. Kaya saw what he saw, and he's also saying what he saw, and that is what is expected of him, and he is right to say what it is that he saw.
It's fine. Thank you, ma'am. No problem.
Oh, I'm not done yet.
And futhi njengoba ngila ngizokhulumela mina hayi uKhaya.
And as I'm here to speak for myself and not Kaya.
And as for isithombe lesi angazi lutho ngaso, angazi nokuthi kwenzakalani la, but ke njengoba seshilo ukuthi khona bazokwazi ukusichaza kangcono kunami.
And as for the picture which is depicted, I don't know anything about it. I don't even know as to what is happening here. And as rightfully stated, there are witnesses who would come and explain it much better.
Don't rush. I'm still coming there. Yours is to answer the question, remember.
I'm answering the
Answer the
question.
question. I am now putting the question. I have not yet put the question.
Bengekawubekike umbuzo, khani ngizobeka manje ke umbuzo.
You say wound number 2, wound that is indicated 2.
Na yambona? Yes.
That wound is in front of the deceased. That is the front part of the deceased, if you look at that diagram.
Uma ubuka kahle ke lana ngaphambili kuyena umufi lezinxeba. Limshaye phambili. I can see.
And then wound 3, that one is the back of the body, deceased body. Can you see that?
La kusemuva noma kusemhlane la uma uyakubona lo.
Ngiyabona.
Yes, I can see.
Okay. And then the wound track, that picture, it's written wound track, wound 2 to 3. You see that one?
Ukuhamba ke kwalo lana ke inxeba leli kusuka ku2 uyofika ke ku3. Uyabona?
Okay, ngiyabona.
Yes, I see.
Okay. Then wound number 2, if it says entrance, it means the bullet that shot the deceased entered in front as it indicated there.
Nanjengoba kubhaliwe ke lana entrance ukusho ukuthi ke ila inhlamvu eyangena khona la. Yeah. Yes.
And
I
wound,
see.
and wound 3, it's the exit. Exit, it means it went outside of the body.
Lana ila inhlamvu eyaphuma khona.
Okay.
Okay?
And this person, from Ngasha's evidence, he says he was standing against the window.
Lo muntu ke ngokusho kwakhe uNgqatshe umuntu lona ke owayemi enike efasteleni.
And your evidence is that the deceased was standing facing the window, if I'm correct.
Uma mina ke ngi right obakubufakazi buthi umufi wayemi ebheke iwindow.
Cela ukucacisa lapho.
May I explain that?
She never said that.
Oh, sorry.
She came with a story that if you are at the neighbor's back, there are 2 small windows.
Yes.
Did you say that?
Yep.
Just repeat it because I was listening. And therefore, that person could never see into your kitchen. Just repeat it
That is true.
because we are missing that evidence from you guys. Just repeat what you said.
Inkantolo icela ukuphinde kubukushilo.
Ebengikushilo ukuthi ekhaya kunamafastela amancane awu2 from both ama-side.
Asibambe lapho. What I said was that in my home there are 2 small windows from both sides.
Leli la usenza abeme ngakhona kanye no suspect number 1. Liu hafu mhlambi space esingaka uhafu wakhona uvalwe yikhabet.
Okay. And then the one where Senzo together with the first suspect were standing, and half of it or half of that window is blocked by the cupboard.
Kunama-curtain futhi avalile ukuthi noma ungaphandle ubona nje ukuthi kuyakhanya awuboni ukuthi kunjani kwenzakalani phakathi.
And there are curtains, closed curtains, that as a result of them, if you are outside, you can only see that there's light inside, but you are unable to see as to what is happening.
Ebese kunomnyango esenta umnyango wawuvaliwe.
And then there's a door in the middle, and that door was closed.
And then mina mangibaleka nje ebathroom. Ngashi usenzo ebheke emnyango.
And when I ran to the bathroom, I left Senzo facing the door.
Correct. We're together. I don't have a problem with that. I've moved on from that part of evidence. I'm now at the point where the bullet entered the body of the deceased.
Sidlulile ke lapho manje silapho na ke inhlamvu ingena khona emzimbeni kamufi.
Yeah, boss.
I hear you.
The bullet entered and exited.
Yangena ke inhlamvu yasiphuma.
So if the deceased was facing the door, it means the bullet would have exited backwards inside the house.
Uma kuwukuthi inhlamvu uma kuwukuthi umufi wayebheke emnyango usho ukuthi inhlamvu lena ke uyayizothi uma ngabe iphuma iphumele ngaphakathi endlini.
Once again, my lord,
that's expect evidence.
There's matters of ballistic.
Yeah, no. Ricocheting
Yes.
bullet.
Yes.
A split projectile.
Yes.
Split shrapnel. How can this witness comment on that? Ask the expert who's going to come, according to Mr. Baloyi. I thought you want to establish the facial contours of the body. That there was an exit wound here, an entrance wound here. But as to the tract of the bullet, she can't comment. We didn't expect evidence for that.
As the court businessman.
Yeah.
Is it your evidence that when you came from the hospital, you inspected the house?
Ngabe
If I'm correct.
ubufakazi bakho yini ukuthi manibuya ke esibhedlela wase ubheka ke uhlola endlini?
Ngaphosa nje amehlo ayi in detail.
I just threw my eyes around it, not in detail.
And okwesibili abanye babefuna amafoni abo ukuthi akephi.
And the second thing is that the others were looking for their phones as to where the phones were.
That is my mom.
Uma wami lo.
Okay. So you did not do any search around the house as you indicated in your examination in chief?
Ubuka. Ngaphosa nje amehlo.
It's just to look.
Did you check at the door if there was any forced entry used possibly by the perpetrator?
Ingabe nabheka noma wabheka yini emnyango ukuthi kukhona yini la ukuthi kwa force wakhona ukuthi kungenwe emnyango ilabo abangena?
Njengoba sengichazile mangenza itestimony yami ukuthi uSenzo noKelly umthoko noTumelo babesemnyango ngaphandle. Mabe ngena ngithi ekhaya kunebhatla kunomnyango. Ibhatla bayikhiyanga. Bavala nje umnyango. Azange bakhiye. So i-force entry ayikho lapho.
As I've already explained when giving my testimony, that Senzo, Tumelo, Kelly, and Mtogo were outside. And when they came into the house, they just closed the door. And they also didn't lock the burglar, so there was no forced entry.
Okay. And you further testified in your examination in chief that you found many people, including the police, inside the house. Am I correct?
Okunye futhi okushilo ukuthi uma nibuya ke wathola abantu abaningi phakathi kwabo namaphoyisa bephakathi endlini.
Yebo kunjani?
Yes, that's correct.
What were they doing?
Babenzani?
If you still remember.
Uma kuukuthi usakhumbula.
Anginakanga ngempela. Angizange nake kakhulu.
I really didn't take much note.
And at the time when you arrived at your home, the premises had been cordoned off by the tape. Am I correct?
Uma nibuya ke futhi kwakusekuvaliwe ke nalama tape amaphoyisa.
Yebo kunjani?
That's correct, yes.
But beyond that tape, you found people inside still the house.
Kodwa usenjalo ngale kwaleya tape wathola kunabantu phakathi endlini.
Ngathola bekhona impela kodwa angazi ukuthi babevunyelwe ukungena nini.
Indeed, I found them inside, and I also don't know as to when were they allowed to enter.
And the police told you that they were going to do a further investigations on you. Like fingerprints, you remember when you testified about that, and other investigation that was supposed to be done. You remember that portion?
nokuthi
of your
futhi ke amaphoyisa anitshela ukuthi ayisezoqhubeka ngophenyo kuninake nanjengoba ubuyitshelile inkantolo ukuthi banitshela ngama-fingerprints nokunye.
Yebo kunjalo.
Yes, that's correct.
What exactly, if you can remind me, what exactly did the police say they were still going to do to investigate on you?
Uma kuwukuthi usakhumbula namashi lokho abakusho ukuthi bathini ukuthi yini abasezoyenza kunina.
Ngakhumbula nje ukuthi bathi bazosilanda for i-statement and then bazosithatha ama-fingerprints to eliminate us from the scene or something ngoba sihlala khona, especially mina no Kelly.
I remember them saying that they were going to come take us for making of statements, the fingerprints, as well as for elimination purposes, especially myself, my mom and Kelly, because we're staying there.
And then okunye futhi bathi bazothatha ne-DNA.
As well as taking of DNA.
Yeah. Ikona ngikukhumbula helo.
Yes, that's what I can recall.
Were the fingerprints taken?
Bawathatha ke fingerprints?
Angisakhumbuli kahle.
I can't remember well.
Okay. Was there any gunshot prime residue test that was done by the police?
Ingaba khona yini uphenyo noma ke i-test eyenziwa kune test abayibiza ngokuthi i-prime residue. Uma ngabe ke udubula ke noma khona ke okusalelayo ngasemuva kwebhamu noma kusalela ezimpahleni noma kula ezandleni. Khona yini i-investigation abayenza mayelana nalokho?
Amongst all of you who were present during the shooting incident.
Kunina laba babekhona nkathi kwakudutshula.
Into engikhumbulayo ukuthi kuningi ababekubeke lapha mkwami, especially belantoza emlomeni, I think nasezandleni futhi mangikhumbula kahle bebhizi befaka ema-envelopini plastic amancane ahlukahlukene. So ukuthi kwenziwani in particular angikho sure.
What I do recall is that a lot was placed in front of me, and there was a taking of swabs in the mouth and the hands, and they would place in plastics and envelopes. As to what it is exactly or in particular that was done, I don't know.
Okay. There is a statement of Mr. Mlungisi Edward Hlophe. It's A6. My lord, the statement was taken on the 6th of March 2019 in Durban. For the purpose of the witness, to assist the witness in identifying this witness, the witness is residing at number 5 Fallbrook Place, Phoenix. You say the address. It's Mr. Mlungisi Edward Hlophe. Do you know him?
Yeah, we must Mlungisi Edward Hlophe. Uhlala la kule address number 5 Fallbrook Place, Phoenix. No, I don't know him.
This witness,
As a court, please, my lord.
in paragraph 8,
I'm sorry, Advocate Misholola. As a court, please, I don't think it's fair to cross-examine this witness about the statement of this witness. We know from the cross-examination of Advocate Nisi what this witness says. It testifies about what he heard from another person. And we submit, my lord, that it's unfair to put that hearsay evidence to this witness. If the state calls that witness, then they can put this version to that witness.
Insurance, are you going to refer to hearsay evidence?
no, my lord, it's not hearsay evidence.
What is it? Direct evidence?
It's direct evidence, my lord.
So this witness was there then. Ms. Zandile Khumalo, it means you were there when the report was made. Are you saying that?
No, that witness, this witness will be called, my lord.
No, we'll come to that.
Yes.
I'm just interested in whether it's hearsay evidence, which he must comment on, or direct evidence.
My lord, it's hearsay because this witness heard from another person about this witness.
Yes. That can't be allowed. It's hearsay, unless you prove the hearsay as an exclusion in terms of Section 3 of the Evidence Act, number 45 of 1988. That's different. But you can't, without laying that type of layer, make the witness comment on hearsay evidence.
As the court business, my lord, can I just rephrase this?
I see Mr. Minister wants to help you. Yes, sir, you want to comment?
I'm not so sure if I can even address this court on this aspect.
No, you're here to help the court.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe I'm quoting Umthetho Ngekho.
As a court, please, my lord, Advocate Nis is speaking out of turn.
Yeah, I know.
It is the turn of Advocate Mshololo. He
Now
doesn't
he wants to
have
assist us.
the right to
Are you
assist.
commenting on the law? Fine.
Yes, my brother.
What
I
about-
just want to assist.
Yeah.
This is what the court, at the very onset of the trial, said that no party should try to benefit on a technical error in determination of the disputes of
Ah,
the
that's not a
case in this matter,
technicality.
my
It's a law of evidence.
lord. Yes.
Okay.
My lord, basically, this is not hearsay per se. It could
How
be
do you know?
hearsay.
Because Mr. Mshololo is still addressing the court.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Please, Mr. Mshololo, what's your view? I'm saying it's hearsay evidence, which you want this witness to comment upon.
My lord,
And I say you must lay a proper basis for that, as enunciated in Section 3(1)(a), B, C of Acts 45 of 1988. You know that?
yes, I know.
Yes. Unless you do that,
My lord, if that is the case, can I ask for a 5 minutes adjournment just to prepare the short application that I need to bring before this court?
Ms. Malloy?
As a court, please, we don't, if it's 5 minutes, we don't have a problem with that.
Okay, let's
But-
adjourn for 5 minutes.
Thank you, madam.